In the first break, you know, I'm trying to decide on what I need to do. I've fished a good bit of a couple of creeks, and I knew that where I was at, I don't need to go back. I may not have been on the best pattern, but it was working. You know, I was getting bites, I was fishing my strengths, and I was in the top 2 or 3. It's always nerve-wracking the first 10 minutes of this next period. For one, everybody watches everybody where they go, you know, and it's not going to take long until we hear that score tracker update.
Time to go repeat, execute.
Yeah, that's the plan, just execute. You're going to have to catch them. I mean, everybody's got 5, 6, 8, 10 fish. We pulled back out, and I saw Chris out there, and he's kind of sitting by himself with the power poles down, and I pulled up. Here he comes.
Why'd you give up the lead?
I didn't know. I tell that just now.
I mean, you got to tighten up.
I only tried a boat flip of 3.5 don't work.
Well, you idiot.
You know, it's a very touchy deal. We want each other to do well, but competitors 100% on the water.
I ain't had a fish over 2 pounds.
You will this round.
I think so.
You found them?
Find enough to beat you, I hope.
Mm-hmm. Me and my brother, I'm 42 and he's 41. We know each other very well. We can almost predict what the other one's thinking. I don't think he would ever want to get in my head, and I was never trying to get in his head. I think we both kind of said, hey, welcome to the big leagues. Let's go take care of business.
When I started the second period, I remembered a good-sized lily pad field. Taking off second, I didn't want to pull right up to the pads and let everybody see what I was doing. So I actually started, you know, 50 yards before I got there, and the first cast, I catch one. I think the next cast, I lose one, and so I kind of developed that second pattern. Anytime that there was some shade created by the trees, I could get a bite, and I ended up catching 5 or 6 fish throughout the day just on that. And to me, it was all about covering water. I mean, when I dropped the trolling motor at the beginning of the second period, I did not pick it up until, you know, the boat official said that was the end of the second period.
With brother Bobby in second place at the start of the second period, Chris Lane found his own groove 45 minutes into period 2.
I still haven't got it dialed in, you know? I've caught him on a spinnerbait, I caught him on a drop shot, I caught him on a frog. I mean, I caught him every which way you could possibly catch him, I think, and still not finding that boom, 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 boom. Let's see if this can do anything. After the first break, I'm going right back to these lily pads that I found in this point where I'd caught 2 small fish. They were just keepers, but hey, keepers are good. Picked up my drop shot, fired it over here, it went into that 20 foot. Bam, I got one. Keeper. The wind was blowing, I turned my boat and I came back up, fired out there again. Man, there's quite a few of them here. I mean, that's what you call pulling up on a spot.
Jason Christie, the Lane brothers, and Andy Montgomery were attempting to separate themselves from the field. But in the closing moments of period 2, Brent Ayler made a statement.
One's got it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get it. He's out. I end period 1 catching a couple largemouth shallow. I'm convinced that I need to be fishing shallow for largemouth. And I pull up on a spot and I proceed to catch almost a 3-pound smallmouth. Then I catch a 3-pound smallmouth. And then I catch another 3-pound smallmouth. God, jeez. I'm catching some big ones. Just not enough of them. I didn't even know that smallmouth lived there. I'm kind of spun out. I haven't figured out a single key that I need to do. And that's what you have to do in Major League Fishing. You know, now I'm on to a different pattern, you know? I'm on to a reaction bait instead of a drop bait, you know? So, you know, we're gonna run some of the stuff. It's just, I mean, something crazy is gonna have to happen here for me to move up. Get on a pattern and run it. Right now, I have 2 patterns.
Water, squencher.
Yeah. You did?
Both?
Good.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You good?
There's got batteries? So I pull into the break, and I got 30 minutes. We picked up some water, and I pulled off to the side over in a little shady spot in some lily pads. I dropped my power poles, and I got real serious about it, and I said, get these 3 rods rigged and ready, because you have an opportunity to do well.
What's your plans for the third period, Jason?
Same thing as last period. Put 12 more down, take off. You know, I put pretty much everything else up, rod-wise, and I was gonna throw the frog, and that's what I was gonna do. It had got me through 2 periods, and I just had to do decent in that, and I was gonna qualify.
Ready to rock and roll. I wanna finish this thing in a hurry. You know, go all the way to the top with it. Then maybe I'll get some knuckles from you, because you were pretty much giving me pretty much nothing there. You know, just hard-ass official. Looks like that's what I'm gonna get for the rest of the day, huh? Final period was more of the same, and then take some risks to try to jump up and take the lead.
Fitching to go out in period 3. I'm in 4th place. I'm hanging on by the skin of my teeth. Brent Ayler's coming on strong.
Second period break, I was pretty dang nervous, to be honest with you. Brent had made a run, and I didn't know what he was doing, if he was on a school of fish, but he was definitely catching some good fish. So I had my fingers crossed that there was still some fish left.
So I start period 3 in an area I hadn't been to yet, and I'm trying to kind of expand on shallow largemouth plus the shallow smallmouth that I found in period 2. I pick up a Texas rig, stick bait. There's a laydown tree. I'm about to just keep running down the bank. I make one more cast to this tree. The fish bites. I think it's a small fish. I kind of barely set the hook. Oh, that's a big one. That's a 4-pound largemouth, a giant one. Now I'm ounces out of 4th place. Oh. Dude. I'm torn on what to do. Do I keep fishing shallow? Is this a random big fish? I don't know exactly what I need to do to close it out and finish in 4th place to advance.
So when period 3 started, I caught one pretty quick off a dock that I already fished earlier in the day, and that gave me a little confidence. And then I went to another dock that I'd already fished earlier in the day also, and I caught another one. That was 2 off of docks that I'd already fished. That gave me a lot of confidence that I was, you know, probably gonna be able to catch a few more fish throughout the day.
I pulled out there in the 3rd period. I made 3 casts in a row. I caught 2, lost 1. And on my 4th cast, I got a 4-pound even smallmouth on.
Big brown. I mean, a big brown. Golly.
You do want to come in, I promise. I'm gonna put you right back. I'm thinking to myself as I'm starting to cradle the 4-pounder, just get it in the boat. If it's a 2-minute penalty, it's worth every single minute of it. Take the penalty. Whew. Minnesota's finest. Big, big brown. Big, big brown.
How much has Bob got on me?
He's at 46.8. You're at 44.15.
And with about 15 or 20 minutes left, I realized that I'm probably going to make it. You know, chances are I'm going to qualify.
Everything's coming together today. I couldn't be more happier about the way things have gone. Major League Fishing has got the best format in the world. We have a score tracker live, but we also have a certain amount of time to fish. And Jason Christie is catching them at the same time I am. We're down to like the last 5 minutes. All I'm thinking to myself is, how long can 5 minutes be? I want to win this round so bad that I wish he would just say 0. How come it can't end fast enough?
3, 2, 1. That's the end of the round. The line's out.
Line's out, agreed.
Chris Lane, 41 pounds,
Yes.
10 ounces.
Way to go, Pinto.
I really wanted to win, but, you know, for my first cup event, you know, going to sudden death and really look forward to, you know, jacking it up a little bit in there. Got to have a little bit more intensity, got to be moving a little bit more. You know, I was excited for him, excited to make it through my first cup elimination round and ready to go to the next one.
We made it. We didn't win, but we made it. The main goal was to finish in the top 4. Ended up finishing second.
Whew, we think we advanced. That's the main thing in Major League Fishing, to survive and advance.
You're the champ, Daddy. You're the champ, right?
That's fun. Got the whole family going.
Yep.
Elimination round 2 concluded with Bobby Lane, Jason Christie, Chris Lane, and Andy Montgomery advancing to the sudden death round. Tune in next week to change your perspective of elimination round 3.